We talk. Hey, you made it. Take a breath. This is your moment. Right here, right now. We talk big dreams, small steps, real days, messy hearts, and finding our way. Welcome to this big life, where the little things change everything. Pull up a chair, press play. Let's groove, let's live, let's live. Yeah, this big life.
Deco now.
Hello
morning.
and welcome to This Big's Life podcast.
Big,
Where are we? This Big's Life.
this big's life. We are on episode 16.
16.
I was jumping
Episode
now.
16 with myself Coffee Life, and the gorgeous Nicola from
Oh, I wouldn't say gorgeous evening.
Nicola. Where are you from?
Nicola Moore and Celebrants. That's me.
Yes, there you go.
Celebrants,
See?
Angel Paper Minister with One Spirit Ireland. There we go. Get it in
There
there.
you go.
Just to
There's
make
our
sure
full
that people know.
title and a few bitches and
Full title.
wagons and everything else in between that we do call her.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the above. Yeah,
So,
all the above.
all of the above. So I hope you've all had a great week. It's been a busy week, hasn't it?
It has, and it's
Oh
only
my
in the
God.
middle of the week already. Jesus Almighty Christ. I am so exhausted this evening now, I have to say. I am
Yeah.
wrecked.
Yeah, it's
You
been
can
a-
help it ahead of me. Look, when it
But
looks
you know
like
what
I
I
gave my
think as well?
motorbike.
I think once you have a bank holiday, it takes you a couple of days to get over that, doesn't it?
Oh, imagine. This is your first real, though. This is your first real bank holiday.
I know.
This
This
is
is my
what
first real
this is
bank
what
holiday.
bank holiday feel like. Yeah.
This
This
what
is what they
bank holiday
really
feel
feel
like for people that actually work full time. I know.
Yeah. Well, it's mad because like I spent most of my life working in hospitality.
Yeah.
And so bank holidays to me were like, oh my God, we've another bank holiday this weekend. And
Yeah.
everybody else was like, oh yeah, bank holiday next weekend. I'm like, oh God, what's your bank
But you
holiday?
see,
I don't want a bank holiday.
you work every day. You work every day in the bank holiday.
Yeah,
Like,
see, that's what I mean.
in
So
hospitality,
to
bank
me,
holiday
there's no
means
such thing.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, bank holiday meant nothing to me. And you could see people coming in like on Thursday and they were starting to get really thirsty and they're like, oh, jeez, I can't wait for the Monday club or can't wait to be able to go out on a Sunday night and not have to get up for like school in the morning
Monday,
or
yeah.
work or, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I hate the whole lot of yous. And then when I gave up hospitality and I started to experience what a real bank holiday was, I'm like, oh my God, this is what a
Yeah.
bank holiday is. Now I'm kind of back to it's a bank holiday weekend. Although I had a good weekend this week. I had a
Although,
busy
but you
weekend.
are off on a Monday now. Like, except you're doing something. You could have a wedding. The weddings are on a Sundays as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I had a wedding last Sunday.
Yeah, you see, it's mad. Isn't it gas how
yeah.
weddings are on Sundays now?
Weddings are on every day. Weddings, I'd say I have a wedding every day of the week at some stage this year. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So
it's mad.
yeah. So it's not about like people used to say, oh, it's cheaper to get married on a Wednesday or a Thursday. It's not that anymore. It's the same rate in most places. Like
Yeah.
week long because people are using every day. Like there's no special rate for a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
See, I'm getting very good drinking my water.
Oh yeah, I'm on Jowl. Cola.
Well, now,
The black ones in it though.
there's blackcurrant in it because I hate water.
Yeah, but you were always good at drinking your water.
Yeah, but now I do drink. I do drink a lot of the fizzy water. I love that. But I'd be trying not to. But
Oh.
water. I just put a bit of blackcurrant or a bit of orange in it. I hate the taste of like water.
Fizzy water to me, and I know why you like it. Fizzy water to me was like Andrew's liver salts. But you
I
used to
love
love
Andrew's liver salts.
And now you can't get them anywhere.
I know, and you can't get, and I loved it. I think, do you know, and I know what, I went into the chemist, did I tell you this? I went into the chemist, and I said to your man behind the counter, says, is there any chance, I says, do you sell the Andrew liver salts? And he says, oh no, he says, we don't do that anymore. And I says to him, well, what's the alternative? And he said, Gaviscon or one of them. I says, they're not the same. He
Yeah.
says, well, they do the same thing, he said. I says, oh no, they don't. If you're after eating a feed, and like you just felt so bloated, or even a day where you felt sluggish and you
Yeah.
just weren't feeling yourself, you take a big scoopful of them liver salts, and my God, you are like a new pin. Brilliant. I loved
Yeah,
it.
I never got it now, Siobhan. My mother was a dibble for it, and my father lived on it.
Ah,
Well, it didn't do
tons
them
of it.
any harm, but I
I
just
used
no,
to
never
scoop
got
the
it.
big scoops in, put it into a pint glass, fizz it up, and while it's fizzing, I'd knock it back.
No, couldn't do it. I
Cans
think
of it.
it's like it's the argument, the argument, taste or texture.
Yeah.
Like what is it? What why do you eat? Like, is it through taste or through texture? I think it's the sensation of it. Like, it was fizzing up your
Yeah.
feckin' nose before it got to the back of your throat. Like Andrew's liver salt, you'd be going to put it to your mouth, and the next thing you know, the whole
Yeah.
go of suds is going up your nose. That used to just drive me insane. I was made drink it once or
But
twice, but
that's
it
what
was
I
under
loved
duress.
about it.
I know, because you're not right in the head, Siobhan. Let's tell all the truth here now.
No.
It's the weirdest taste. Jesus, mighty Christ. Give me, and I don't even like Gaviscon. So, people say, I have a heartburn, get me a Gaviscon. Now, I could manage a
Yeah.
Rennie, but I couldn't do a Gaviscon. I don't know what it is about Gaviscon.
Oh,
Ben,
Jesus, you know
here's by
what?
them.
Oh no, I actually drink bottles of Gaviscon.
Oh, you drink it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now I
you.
don't love that.
Eh.
I don't love it, but I do drink it. I don't love it at all, but I certainly do drink it.
Why did you put yourself through that? You can get a tablet, Siobhan. You can get a tablet for
Oh
everything.
God. Do you know what I think it is? If I eat
Oh.
late at night, I'm crippled. Oh my God. Crippled. Like, when I tell you, it's like as if there's something sitting here on top of me. I'd be in bits. No, so I'll pick
Your
you.
dinner.
I don't, huh?
You're not supposed to be eating late night. That's your
I
dinner is
know.
sitting there.
But you know what? I don't even measure it out. I just take the bottle to my head.
Ah, that is just yuck. It's yuck.
No, I
Even the
don't love
thought
it.
now,
I don't
Gaviscon.
love it. But I
No,
have to tell
I
you,
don't
if
love it.
you're in agony in the bed, like, yeah, I tell you, it'll take you.
No. It's a sentence I never want to hear out of your mouth again. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ.
I actually can't believe I said that. And you know
I can't
what?
believe
That's
you
your
said that.
dirty mind. That is actually your dirty
No,
mind.
that's not my dirty mind.
Oh my
You said
God,
it out
you're a
loud.
dirtbird. You're actually a dirtbird.
You
You've
said it out loud,
confirmed
not
it
me.
now. You've
No, not now.
confirmed that
I'm
you're a
so
dirtbird.
now I'm getting a heartburn. I'm allergic to conversation. But you know what, Siobhan? I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to say this on air now or not, or should say
What?
this on air, right? I had last week. Obviously, it was so warm out; it was just roasting.
Yeah.
So we just went and we got salad every hour of
Okay.
every day. We went and we got salad. We'd salad and we'd salad and we'd salad and salad and salad with goujons and
You're very
salad with
healthy. Go on.
ham and salad with everything. Yeah. Anyway, the minute I eat salad, I get a pain in my stomach. The
Yeah.
minute, yeah, and I don't know whether it's like the mayonnaise in it or it's too. I don't know what, but the minute I eat, like this evening we had goujons, but in chicken goujons, scallion, beetroot, cucumber, tomato. And then there was a spoon of egg mayonnaise, spoon of potato salad, a spoon of coleslaw, and a bit of pasta. Now, I mean a spoon of each, because Ben dished it up. I'd have the whole plate full, but Ben, like, literally does
Yeah.
four. And no sooner had I got it, and I got a pain in my stomach. I sent you a message. Here's the link. I'll be right back. Well, guess where I was. I
So
literally, it just cripples me.
is it? So come here. Would it be the cucumber? I don't know why you're laughing at this, but cucumber, I can't eat cucumber.
Do you know what this is like? This is like I
And
shouldn't. I'm
I don't want
allergic
to
to it.
know what else you do with your cucumber. I'm just saying, I'd eat it.
I know. I'm laughing. That's not why I'm laughing, Siobhan. I'm laughing because was there a joke out years ago actually? It's a do you want it
Yeah.
sliced, isn't it? Do you want it sliced? It's not a fucking slot machine she has. Anyway,
You see, I
that's not
told
what,
you you're a joke
no,
board.
that is not what I was about. I was about to say the only healthy thing on the plate with no mayonnaise, and I'm allergic to it. I got up one morning a couple of years ago, right?
Well, do you
And
know,
I
I'm
was
thinking, Nicola, I've
what?
been eating that every day if I thought that, like, it actually went through me that quick.
Oh Jesus, no! I
You
couldn't,
thought
Siobhan.
that you told me
I,
after 2
I
weeks.
was Siobhan. I was at the party. I was at a party Sunday night. Right, our best man was 50, and we drove to the party, and he's this gorgeous. It's sort of like a hung. It's more like a hangout. I won't call it a little bar, but it's
Yeah,
cool. He built it for because he doesn't really like going out. You know, he loves his sport and all that. So he built this cool bar at the back of the house. And anyway, that's where the party was. But they had lovely, of course, salad and chicken curry.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I had chicken. I had turkey and ham salad. And no sooner had I had the last spoonful, Ben's sister came over to talk to me. And as she was talking to me, do you ever get into the cold sweat? When
yeah.
you get a pain in your stomach and you know if I don't go now, this is serious. There's something going to happen here, and it'll be out of my control. And I was trying to be polite and end the conversation, but at the same time, there's only one toilet. They have a little toilet in it, and Ben's brother-in-law was sitting right at the toilet door, and I'm like, I cannot go in there and go to the toilet because when I open that door to come out, he's going to pass out. I swear to God.
Oh
What
my
would I
God.
do? I got myself worked up into a heap. Like, oh my God. Anyway, I had to go. I had to run. I had to go into the toilet and came back out. And I swear I was in a cold, like that cold sweat of panic.
Yeah, but you know what? There
I
could have
was
been a
like,
bit of
oh,
menopausal there as well with you.
it wasn't
The
menopausal.
sweats.
No, it wasn't. I had to fucking run, Siobhan. Do you want me to spell it out to you? Jesus Christ, I nearly shit myself. I got pain in the stomach. And that's I got into a panic because I thought I can't go in there because he's sitting at the door. And in my head, I got all worked up. I'm very bad at like public toilets. Freak me out.
And
Freak
would
me
you
out.
not even asked, could I use the toilet inside?
I didn't want anyone to know I was nearly going to shit myself.
She'd be anyone to smell.
I didn't want anyone to know. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I thought about that. I said, I wonder would she let me go into the toilet. But then I said, if I ask her, can I go inside the toilet? Then she's going to know I'm pain in my stomach. Then the whole place is going to know I have the runs.
No,
Then
but
the
come
whole
here, I
place is
tell
going to
you,
know I'm
you
going to
have
shit
to
myself.
weigh it up, Nicola. If you asked her, only one person knows. If you left a stink, the whole bleeding room knows. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to weigh up your options.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'd be thinking I just let one person know and I'd go into the
no,
house. You
but you ask
decided
one
you'd go
person.
and you nearly evacuated the whole flipping building.
I nearly did. But you ask one person, do you mind if I go and use the toilet? Yeah, sure, the toilet's over there. And everybody looks
I
like,
just
why do you
say,
want the toilet over
sorry,
there?
there's someone in that one. Would you mind? I'm dying to go. I'll just fly inside if you don't mind.
But I had to go alone. One. It wasn't that easy. Anyway, I survived without going on myself. You'd be happy to know. I survived the
Yeah, but
night.
what about the
Very
people,
proud
the
of us.
spectators?
No, they're okay. They survived.
They survived,
I seen a
okay.
couple of them going for fresh air. Uh, it got very warm all of a sudden in that corner of the room. But anyway, they all survived. But it's a real
Oh,
thing. Like it is a real thing. And I'm very awkward. And I used to manage a pub in Leash, right? And there was toilets in the pub, obviously, ladies and gents
hmm.
toilets in the pub. And if I
Was there
needed to
staff
go,
toilets though?
not necessarily. There was toilets that you had to go down the hall, through the storeroom, up the stairs, into a little apartment, through a kitchen kind of area, sitting room area, and into a toilet, right out in the
Oh,
back of nowhere, an area, right? So, but if I needed to go to the toilet, I would go the whole length of that place to go upstairs to go to the toilet rather than use the one
well, I think
downstairs.
I would too.
Yeah. You
I think
wouldn't.
I would too.
I worked with you, Siobhan.
No, but that's different if it's just the two of us, Nicola. But I'm saying if there was a load of people there, like if I worked in a pub, I wouldn't just go into the toilet that the customers is
Toilet,
using.
no.
You know,
Very
not
weird.
because I wouldn't go in, but I'm just saying if I needed to do something, I'd be going a bit further afield.
At number 2, Siobhan, let's be
Yeah.
polite. Yeah, further afield. I would have walked to Ballatigue rather than go to the side in front of anyone, I swear. And it's very odd because I don't know I don't know where I get that from. I don't know where it comes from. I just don't know, but
But
it's
you know,
something
I
that's
think it is
really
a thing
offensive.
though, because it is the most natural thing in the world, in fairness. But I always feel very awkward. I'd nearly hold it if I could, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
like some people, they've no problem doing it, and it's human nature. If you need to go, you need to go.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. And if I was sitting in the toilet and there was somebody in the cubicle beside me, like I wouldn't be frowning upon them or going, "Oh my God, can you believe that?" Do you know what I mean? But I personally wouldn't do it. I'd feel awkward.
Yeah.
Like I'd feel, "Oh my
Yeah,
God."
but yeah, I'd be like that now. I'm awkward about it, but and even if I went down to the local pub and
Oh, I
I would
wouldn't go
nearly
to the
come
pub.
home to go to the toilet. Yeah.
No, neither would
See,
I.
it's not just me. It's not just me. But we were chatting the other day and I was saying about, oh Lord Jesus Christ, my mother, if she'd come down out of heaven, because that's exactly where she is, she'd come down out of heaven and she'd bait me over telling this story. But we were laughing Saturday night down the pub. Years ago, there used to be a shop in Newbridge called Wiggadores, right? It was a wallpaper shop.
Okay, yeah.
And Mammy had a Fiat 127, little navy one, little tiny little bubble car, like a batch loaf it was.
Yeah.
And we went into it in Newbridge, Mammy and two of my sisters and myself. And I was only a child at the time. But we went into Wiggadore, she picked out the wallpaper and then she threw the money on the counter and she said, "Here, Martina, pay for that." And she threw £20 on the counter and she ran out. We were like, "What happened, Mammy?" She was gone out. So when we got back to the car, she had got pain in her stomach, right? And there was no toilets anywhere back then. And she had a turf bag she had got out of the boot and she put it on the back seat of the car
Oh my
because she was
God.
sitting on herself. So when we got back to the car, she was sitting on the turf bag in the back seat of the car, right? And the three of us got back to the car, and then she realised that none of us could fucking drive.
Oh
So we had
no.
to get her, to get her from the back seat, turf bag and all, move her back into the front seat, right? And she got into the front seat and she was mortified. And my two sisters and me had to get into the car with her to get home. Now, a Fiat 127, Siobhan,
Yeah.
Google it, Fiat 127. So we got into the car. So one was in the front, two of us in the
Imagine,
back. I was in the
imagine the
back.
smell now if you put on a bit of heat even.
No, well, wait till I tell you, Siobhan, it gets worse. Dunn Stores used to be up the town in Newbridge at the time, and she had to get a few messages in Dunn's. So
Don't
she
tell me she
stopped
went
in
into
the
Dunn's as
laneway.
well.
No, she didn't. She parked in the laneway in Dunn Stores up along the side street. And she said she'd be safe enough there, no one would see her. And the next thing, I was left in the car with her. The other two went into Dunn Stores. And this woman that she used to work with came along down the lane. "Ah, great, how are you?" And she could only let the window down about that much. "Hello, Teresa, how are you getting on?" And she was like looking at her like, what is wrong with her? And my mammy was mortified. Anyway, she went on about her business and that was grand. Next thing, the two women came out of Dunn's with a neighbour of ours up the road and her son to give them a lift home in the car. So there was 5 of us. 1, 2, 3, 6 of us. Mammy driving, sitting on a turf bag. Biddy in the passenger
And
seat.
the
Me,
neighbours.
Cody in the
I
back
tell you.
with Sheila and the son David sitting on her knee. And how we got home, I don't know. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And maybe that's why I'm afraid to go anywhere.
That's
Maybe
what
that's
I
why.
mean. Yeah. And
That's
imagine the smell in the car. Oh my God.
oh, it was sad. And we got in the door. I remember we got in the door. Mammy just drove the car in the side of the house and she got out. She went in the back door, went straight up to strip off and get washed. And Daddy went, "The Lord Jesus Christ, the smell of one of them kids when you change them." And we were like, not us. But you know what? At the end of the day, Siobhan, it is only natural. It's a natural thing, isn't it? Like people do have mishaps in life,
But it is
and it
so
is only
natural.
natural.
So I don't know why. I don't know why. Like me, like you. I don't know why we're so caught up about it when it is so
But it's
natural.
not
Like
like you do it every day of the week.
no. So
No,
I know, but it is funny though. But
yeah.
yeah,
But if we
but you
go,
know, it wasn't
if
she
we
a
go to,
character really?
Ah, she was. Do you know what? She was a hard show. She was a lady, and I remember the first time Ben met her, and Ben and I were going out a couple of weeks, and I said, "You're not coming in next door because if you come in, you'll end up like being a carer straight away. So just keep a distance like to that."
Yeah.
Anyway, the first night you met her, he was going to a football match. I think was I telling you this? He went to a football match, and he goes, I said I'll cook breakfast, and he came into Mammy's and he had breakfast, and we were dropping him to one match. We were going to go for a mooch around, and then we were going back to a Robertstown match, which is our local team, like Robertstown.
Yeah.
So Ben would have been back in time to come to the Robertstown match with us. So anyway, he had breakfast, and we're dropping him in, and next thing he gets off and he goes to the first match, and he sends me a text message. Your mother is an absolute lady. She's so lovely. I'm delighted I met her. Thanks a mil. Whatever, grand. And then we picked him up to go back to the Robertson match. And Ben's sitting in the back of the car. Mammy's in the passenger seat. I'm driving. And because she was wheelchair bound, we drove up at the side of the pitch to look in at the match.
Yeah.
Well, next thing the match started. And I think I actually have a video of it. She's like, "You dirty blind bastard. Are you fucking stupid? Look at you going and wake up, you nosy bastard." And Ben's in the back of the car like, what the
Oh,
Where's,
when's that lady gone?
where's the lady I had breakfast with this morning? Like she was like complete 360, bright life out. But she was a hard worker. She was probably the hardest working woman that I know. And
Yeah.
I have a friend that lives down the road. He was Mammy's friend and he's my good friend now. And he said, if there was a seat available in heaven, she will get it. He said she was the hardest working woman. Do you know she used to, at one stage, she had two jobs. She used to get up at 4:30 in the morning and go and clean Dunn stores in Newbridge.
My
And she would
God.
finish there at 8 o'clock. She would come home, get us ready for school, and then she would go and mind 5 children and get them out to school, mind them for the day, do the housework, do the cleaning, all the rest, and then come home and get us our dinner or whatever. Like she was a hard worker, in fairness to her. But
But
she
they
was
were
mad
hard
what
working people, weren't they? Like they were like that era was like they were hard working, hard women.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
like when you think of it now, like we have it easy, in comparison, but they were very hard, strong women. And do you know what?
yeah.
Like they just had to be, and that was it.
That was just well, I mean, she had 8 children
Yeah.
and she had to rear them and feed them, clothe them, school them, whatever. So she had to get out and get what she got. And she was like, she always worked from the time the first one was born. She always worked, but she was
Yeah.
always game for a laugh as well. She was always, because people think my father was Stonewall mad, Siobhan. Absolutely, everybody knew that. But everyone thinks that I get me kind of me madness or me sense of humour or me love a crack
No,
from
no, you
him.
definitely
But
do, Nicola.
actually, but I actually don't. I get it from Mammy. Mammy was more outgoing than Daddy. It's hard to believe. Daddy would be set in his ways. He would go to the pub and he'd come home and he might go to the flat. That'd be it. Whereas Mammy would go further. Like I've often said to her when she was like, and there's great videos when I used to bring her to the Cayleys. I remember one time I said, I want to go to a Cayley in Carrick-on-Lish. And then there was Cayley in Ennis that night. And she came and then went on to Ennis and we stayed the night and we had our dinner and she was in the wheelchair. Like, so there was
She
a
was
lot of
fit for
trucking for
anything,
her.
was she? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
always
she was
ready to
good crack.
go.
Mm. Very much so, yeah. It's funny
So,
now we're talking about them this week because I'm feeling the grief a lot this week.
yeah, yeah, you do.
Feeling the
And you
grief
know
a lot
what?
now. It's funny they're coming up this week now.
I think sometimes you plod along and you keep motoring and you know what I mean and everything and then and you're kind of in a fairly steady pace and then the next thing something happens or you're someplace or something and that triggers it or gives you a
Yeah.
memory of it or you know what I mean. I think that's what
But
happens.
I don't know. I don't think it's even a memory. Sometimes, yeah, you get stuff that triggers you, but sometimes you could be just sitting there and all of a sudden you just start crying. And it's because of grief, but it's not because of anything that just happened or that reminded you or whatever. You just start crying. I was doing a wedding last Friday, and I put this up on my story during the week. I put up my profile as well. I met the groom. I turned out anyway that the groom's father and my father played music together, and that was fun. I didn't find that one till the morning just before the ceremony started. When I looked at the groom, then when I realised who he was, I was like, Jesus, he actually looks like his father. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his mother was delighted, and she was saying, she used to be in Robertstown visiting the ducks and stuff. And it was very emotional, and it's gas because, like, as I said, there's certain things that'll trigger you, but then there's certain times that you just be sitting there and you think, Jesus, I'm really sad. Or, you know, the other day I was like, I wish I could just pick. I'm going to start crying now, Siobhan. That's what's going to happen to me now here in this podcast right now. I actually just said, I wish I could just pick up the phone and ring her, or just go in and see my father, all right, or just something, because it's very different when you lose the second parent. Like, even though losing Mammy was a huge blow for me because I was a carer and I was with her 24/7, and my whole life revolved around them for the last 20 years. My whole life. I've never had a life kind of everything I done. I want to say I was a carer for the last 20 years, but from a being a baby, I suppose everything I done was with them. Like, I was 13 when I went to my first flat with
Yeah.
Mammy, and I went to 34 flats with them. Mammy, Daddy, myself, Nancy Lynch. So everything I've done, I suppose, my lifetime was based around them. And, you know, it's great to have the memories and that, but you kind of, things happen, then something happens, and you're like, your first instinct is to go and ring them or to tell them,
Yeah.
or, you know, or something happens without them, like communions this year, confirmations this year. Even my own wedding, like, you know, happening without them is like massive. Mammy, well, I had Daddy, barely. Wasn't sure whether he was going to come or not, but he came in the end.
I was coming all right.
He was coming or he wouldn't have held without him. But yeah, it's very strange. Grief is grief is a very, very strange thing because it is completely different for everybody. And no matter, like I did say, all my brothers and sisters, both lost the same parents, but we all grieve differently and affects us in different ways. And some people, I talk openly. I'd say, listen, I'm going to tell you now, I'm having a very, very bad day today, or I'm very emotional today, or whatever. And I'd say that, but other people can't say that. But which reminds me, one of the things that I do have to say, right? The fucking head tilt, Siobhan. Let me just tell people, give them a bit of advice. If you're going up to somebody that is either grieving or feeling unwell or going through a real bad time, do not come at them with
Do
the
not
head tilt.
fucking tilt your
The
head.
head tilt is the most patronising thing. And I remember when Mammy died and a young chap, he's part of the family, and he said he'd suffered losses of a member of his family quite young, and he said there's two types of grievers. There are two types. There's grievers and there's gawkers. Grievers are genuinely empathetic towards your loss and your grief, and they're like, "How are you? I hope you're okay. You know, it's a tough time. Look after yourself, whatever." And then the gawkers are the people. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, how are you? And they want to poke you in the eye to make you cry. Like, that's it. And I swear to God, and it goes for everything. It's not just grief as in death. It's like people who are maybe going through cancer or maybe going through an illness or whatever. It's like, how are you? And
Yeah,
I
I
just
hate
want to
that.
get
I
them.
hate that head tilt.
And the health tilt is the most aggravating,
Excuse me.
patronising. So if you're somebody who does the health tilt, stop it now. Stop it now, or I will find you. Okay? Just tell me
Yeah,
now. Let me
grief
know.
is a funny thing, and I know you talk about it all the time in your stories, like and stuff like that. Um, you know, like my dad died when we were very young, and so I had to go to the graveyard and have a chat with him and do all that. And you know what? We tick along. Like, bearing in mind, my dad is 45 years dead this year, so like he's longer
45.
dead than he was alive.
Longer. And you're
Yeah,
longer without him than you
yeah,
had him.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
So,
mad. Yeah.
do you know what? So I actually, I suppose I was too young to grieve, as in grieve, like we know grief now. But there's
Yeah.
times when there is things that happened, or there is stuff that went on that I would just love to say to him. Do you know what? I always say it anyway, and I go to the graveyard and I say it. But I'd love to get an answer sometime. I'd love to get, just to say, like, I wonder what he would have thought of this, or, you know what I mean, or would he have approved of different things that I done, or, you know what I mean, different things like that. So I do now. It's not very often, but if something happened, I would have loved it, because I would have honestly think I'm probably more like my dad than my mom. So I
Mm.
would have genuinely thought, well, you know what? He's probably thinking the same as me now. Like, I would have loved his opinion on different things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose in my own way, I grieve at times, but in a very kind of private way.
Yeah,
Like, I
and that's
probably
okay.
wouldn't
Like,
even,
just, I mean,
yeah, I probably wouldn't even discuss it even at home here. If I probably just go to the graveyard, feel the grief for that length of time, have the chats, and then I kind of shrug it off and say, okay, right, there's not a whole lot we can do here. Move on. And I suppose that's my way of dealing with that.
yeah. So you're not actually shrugging it off. You are actually dealing it by talking, because it doesn't matter if you're like, if you're feeling really kind of bogged down by something and you don't want to talk, you can also take out a pen and paper and write it, journal about it, or literally. And I do say this. This is very funny now because uh, I do say to people. So some people have, reached out and said they were going through challenging times or they were suffering with grief or
Mm,
ill health or whatever. And I do say to them, at any stage if you feel like you are not coping, WhatsApp has a voice recording mechanism part of it. So we use them all the time.
yeah,
Hold the phone, record the message, and then send it. And I do save them when anyone reaches out to me, and I'll chat to them about stuff. And I say, if at any stage you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't actually you want to talk without response, because sometimes we're afraid we won't get the right response, or we're afraid that we'll start and won't be able to stop or whatever. I just say, press the record button, record the message, and send it. And then it's gone. I will never repeat it. I will never reply to it unless you ask me to reply. I will never judge you or anything like that. But it lets you kind of get it off your chest. And
yeah.
even if you want to record it and press send and then delete it straight away, you've still sent out the message to the universe. So it helps.
Yeah.
So it does help. As you say, you go to the grave and you chat to your dad and you tell him stuff. So that is kind of like helping you a little bit.
Yeah, no, I do, and I do find it good, and I do find it like after having the chat, and I'm sure there's a few in the graveyard, and they're going, "What the heck? She's up there and she's ranting like you don't know what up there. Like if they heard me, like,
Yeah.
who's she talking to? They say now, look at she belongs in there. Never mind in the hole. Never mind feckin' standing at the side of it. But I'm
Yeah.
sure they do say that because sometimes I go up and I be going like, "Come here, and I tell you now, I don't know what you're at up there, but you better just
Yeah.
show some sort of sign down here." Do you know what I mean? And
I agree.
actually, Willie's mother is another one that I always go to. And it's funny because Willie's dad is dead as well, but he's not my kind of go to. And Micaiah does the same with Nanny Carey as well. We kind of go up and we say to
Yeah.
Nanny Carey, "Listen, come here and I tell you, what's the story, Nanny?" Like, because she kind of had a way. She fixes everything. Now she mightn't have fixed
Yeah.
anything, but she was one of those people that fixed everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But so you'd often go up and you'd have a little chat with her, or Micaiah would as well. Now I have to say, whereas my own mum, like Mammy lights candles, like bonfires. She's always lighting candles. I just say, "Ma, it's not a candle I need; it's a bonfire." There's that much shit
Yeah.
going on. But you know what? Yeah, so I suppose it is. It's everybody has their own way of grieving and their own way of kind of dealing with things. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I know you're verbal and you do. You know what I mean? And what difference does it make? Whatever way gets you through. You know what I mean? There is no right or wrong way. There is no time.
Absolutely not. No. No.
Do you know what I mean? There's not a time. There's not like you can't say it's 40 years or you can't say it's 4 days. There is no time. It is what it
Mm.
is, and it's that moment and how you're feeling at that time, and it's a personal thing, and nobody will carry it the same way as you. You won't carry it the same way as them. Everybody grieves so differently. So
Yeah.
it
It's
is a funny
true.
one, all right.
It's a funny one. And like I said to what you call, I was talking to a woman the other day, and she was telling me her mother was 44 years dead or something like that. But the thing about it is, and it's true to everybody. So when you lose somebody, the funeral is the easy part.
Mm,
9 times out of 10, Siobhan, the funeral is a dawdle because you literally go into automatic pilot
yeah,
and you have to organize this and make sure everything is right and everything is done and it's all a haze and you're like, thanks for coming. You know, in turn, you're celebrating that person's life.
yeah,
Now, obviously, tragic situations may differ. Like obviously, losing a child is different, or a car accident, or suicide. Sometimes they're hard, but you're kind of like, you go into automatic pilot, like this needs to be done, this needs to be done. You're still in shock. You don't understand what's happening. You definitely don't think the person is dead.
No.
You're just kind of rocking on with what needs to be done. And then you kind of go, after the first couple of months, wow, Jesus. And then the first anniversary comes and you're like, Jesus almighty, first anniversary, that was quick. Then the second anniversary, you're like, shit, this is real actually. They're not coming back. And then the third anniversary is like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it was so final. It's like, that's it. So there's different stages, different levels. And even when Daddy died, and you know, Daddy broke my fucking heart, Siobhan. Let's be honest. He was as mad as a box of fucking frogs. And if he could do anything to make my life harder, the man did anything he could to make my life harder. But when Daddy died, it was kind of like, it was a massive loss. And like I said, because I spent my childhood following him around, I
Yeah.
idolized him.
Yeah.
And that's where I get me love of music and stuff. But I also had the memory of Mammy, losing Mammy, and it reminded me straight away that I had that little time where I could imagine that I might see them again.
Yeah.
But this time I know it's never going to happen. So it's instant grief. Like, it's completely different ball game. Completely
Plus, I
different ball.
think we talked about as well, like when you lose one, you kind of, oh well, okay, well, for me, Mommy's still there, and thank God she's doing well and everything is great. But I think when you lose the two of them, then I now and it hasn't happened to me, but we did talk about this. I think then you become like that child that has no parents. And you
Yeah, and
revert
it's
back
like
to that,
orphan
even though
syndrome.
you're an adult, you are inwardly that child that has no parents. That often.
Yeah, it's like it's orphan syndrome. And some people give out about this. Like, they say you're not orphan because you had parents or whatever. But it's orphan syndrome. You feel like you don't have anybody because your home
Yeah,
base is gone. The people that you knew, like, these people knew you from the second you were born. The second you were
yeah,
reproduced, they knew you were, like, that was it. You belong to them. So that home base is gone. So that's very hard to comprehend, very hard to understand. And your dynamic changes within your own life, within your family life, within everything. All that changes, and nobody tells you that. Like,
yeah,
Daddy's funeral was very different to Mammy's funeral. It was a different dynamic because it was the end of that generation of our family.
yeah.
So, and you don't know that until it happens. Like, it's
And
very, very real.
plus, yeah, plus,
But
I think as well, like n- 9 out of 10 times, like the home is gone. So what
your
you would have
signal is
called,
your
you know what I
signal is
mean?
acting
So
up, Siobhan.
your home. So can you hear me now?
Can hear
Hello.
you now, yeah.
Yeah, you hear me now. Sorry. So I
Yes, I
think
can
the other
hear you
thing
now.
is good. Your home as well. I think that's a big part of it as well. What we know and what we have as our home. So when the second person dies, that kind of home unit is gone.
Yeah,
There's
well,
no
it's
going
like,
home anymore.
there's no going home. There's no base. You see, this is what I mean. There is no
Yeah,
base. That place that you had as a base is gone. You know.
yeah.
And I don't know why we're talking about this because I could do without it this week now, Siobhan.
Okay, now
I'm on. I'm
okay, give me your last line on it now, and let's move
on.
on because we a few emails
Grief.
and stuff in to read. So come on.
Grief
I don't know how
is
we
a
got
load of
talking about this.
bollocks.
How did we get
I don't
talking
know,
about
because
this?
we need. Well, do you know why? And this is how we got talking about it, right? Because something in the universe told us we needed to have this conversation this week.
Yeah,
And that's the thing about grief. It will appear when you least expect it. And I needed to talk about that tonight, obviously. And there it is. Now, I'm not going to get upset. I probably will bawl later on. But this week, as I said, this week has been quite challenging for me emotionally.
yeah.
And I'm in agony. I went for a massage today, Siobhan.
And she bet you, did she?
I went for a massage. She bet the life out of me. No, I didn't. I went for a massage because I'd pulled muscle in my neck. I pulled it 2 or 3 weeks ago and I couldn't do anything about it. I've been taking Diphenol, forget about it. I hate taking them. But I think, again, as I just say, there's such a thing as an emotional sickness
There
and
is,
grief
yeah.
sickness. So when you're feeling all them emotions, your body starts to feel things that you just don't want to know about. So I was in a lot of pain today because I was kind of emotional, we'll say. I was in a lot of pain yesterday, so this morning I woke up and I was sore all over. But anyway, I was booked in to have a massage, so I had a lovely massage at 1 o'clock today. And then I went in to swim. Now, she told me I couldn't swim, She said, just go in and walk up and down the pool and then go to the steam room and to the jacuzzi. I couldn't get into the jacuzzi because there was 6 big men, big bullies, blocking the jacuzzi.
Oh, I
And
would
I
have
was going to
fucking
rear
played with
hug.
them.
I couldn't. They kept. You're supposed to get out of the jacuzzi. There's 6 minutes in between. 15 minutes in, 6 minutes out, and then you go back. They sat up on the edge with their big fucking feet in it, God forgive me. And I was no more in the humour for them. I was going to push
And
the
did you not say
pull on
something,
the
Nicola, now? Because that wouldn't be like you now to be
I tell you,
quiet.
Siobhan. Well, I tell you, Siobhan, the humour I was in, I would have drowned all 6 of them if I started. I might as well tell you that now. I would have been brought up for murder or manslaughter, whatever it is. 6 people floating in the jacuzzi
They were
today.
safe that you
Brilliant.
said nothing.
Say what I said on. But anyway, I did feel, I felt so much better. Oh my God. And there's the thing, right? Now, totally off topic, because we don't have a topic, let's just say, but we'll go back to the email I was thinking. Because this is an email that I like, because it means a lot to me, because I've been stressing about that too. But massages, right? Women of a certain size do not go to get beauty treatments or massages because A, they're conscious of their body, and B, they think the table won't hold them. Well, let me tell you, the table holds you. And the masseuse doesn't give a shit whether you have 6 rolls, 7 rolls, no rolls, or whatever. I have wobbly legs, a big arse, a big old wobbly arms, or whatever. And I am so comfortable getting that. I get my legs, I get lymph drainage massage done on my legs once a month because of lymphedema. But I got a back and neck massage today and it was glorious. Absolutely glorious. Now, let's be honest, I wasn't the most graceful person getting up or down off the bed, but I got up and down off the bed and the bed held me. So if you think that because you're overweight, you can't go and get a massage, BOLLIX. Go and
But
book
now,
it.
but you
It's
know what? I
heaven.
have to say, I'd be thinking that because that table doesn't be that sturdy.
Yes,
Like,
they do,
just,
Siobhan.
it'd be a bit rocky when you're getting up on them.
No.
Well,
I
I
get straight
definitely
up on
think,
it.
I definitely think that,
No,
I
that's
definitely
in your
think that
head.
do be a bit rocky
Well,
when you're
then
getting
you
up on
have
them.
the fear. No, you obviously have the fear because they're not. But believe you me, and I've been for massages in loads of different places in the last couple of years, and all of them perfect, fine, comfortable. So if
Grand.
that's something that's holding you back, let me tell you, go get a massage, and it's great. So if you're suffering from grief, go and get a massage because we
No,
chatted
but
like
you know what
something.
the other thing is, though, Nicola, in all honesty. In all honesty, though, I have to tell you, if I'm actually
What?
stressed, every bone in my body starts to seize up. All my joints, everything, if I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I actually seize
Oh,
up
it's the
when I'm
truth. Like
stressed.
everything stresses out. Yeah. Well, I'd be the same. I'd be like, my shoulders get sore, my arms get sore, my head gets tired, and I'm just not able for it. But thankfully now, I'm just reading. I just
Yeah.
realised I'm supposed to have a meeting tonight, and I forgot about it. It's only an online one anyway, but there we go. I
Right.
just
Right,
got a
read out
message
one of
there.
them emails there that's close to your heart.
Yeah, just
And
want to
lads,
bring right.
don't forget, just while we're waiting for Nicola to read that out, don't forget, you can send us an email if there's something that you want us to cover. If last week we talked about the swimming togs, tell us a bit about your experience in your swimming togs. Do you feel great in it? What kind of ones do you wear? All the different ones. Look, we'll take any topic. We don't mind because we'll start off, as you can see, on one, and then we kind of helter skelter, and we'll have the laughs and the chats along the way and forget about what we're supposed to be talking about. And that goes without
I
saying.
know.
But if you do want to send us an email, just send it to thisbiglife@yahoo.com. And you can get us on our little social media pages as well. You can send us an LDM and then you'll get through to us. And then we'll be able to have a little chat with you about what you're after sending us in. But anyway, this is one that Nicola loves. So let's
This one
just
I
hear
love
it,
because
Nicola.
it knows my heart. Yes, it's about dogs, Siobhan. About dogs, right? So
Yes.
I'll read it out. Cool. And this is something, this is a true thing. This is another stress for me. Like, this is a huge stress for me. Said, hi girls, love the podcast and I look forward to it every week. But I have a question that's been stressing me out lately and I know you'll understand. What do you do with your dogs when you go away? We don't have family nearby who can take ours, and honestly, I hate the thought of putting them into a kennel. They'd be so unsettled, and I'd spend the whole holiday worrying about them. I've looked into a few options, but nothing seems ideal. Do you have any recommendations, or maybe some of your listeners have found good alternatives to kennels, like dog sitters, home boarding, pet swaps. I'd love to hear what works for other people. Thanks a million, girls. Keep up the good work. Loving the podcast. And that's it. It's signed off, but I won't say who it's signed off from. So that's like,
Now,
that's a
this is something
true
that
and
really affects
genuine.
you.
Well, affects me now. Siobhan is a small bit strong, but yeah, I'm
Does, Nicola,
easily
like,
affected.
there's times that you didn't go places because you had the dogs, or, you know what I mean? Because I'm lucky, because, you know, we have the 2 dogs. But in fairness, if I'm going anywhere, Micaiah actually stays at home and minds the dogs, in fairness.
Yeah.
But I always feel like, in fairness, like, I'm putting her out, and it is because, I mean, she's only like a young one. She wants to go here, there, and yonder, and she's doing me the favour. So I have to tell you, it is an inconvenience for me.
Or for her.
No, but to
You're
have the
gone.
dogs, it is, in all honesty. I mean, you love them and all, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. You love them and all, but it is an inconvenience if you have a dog. Like, I'm lucky I have Micaiah, but like as that lady says, she has nobody. So what do you
Yeah.
do then?
And you see, that's it. Well, I was very lucky now, I have to say, because when I had Buddy. Buddy's actually 11 this year, believe it or not. My baby lad, and he knows I'm talking about. He's looking
Oh,
up at me.
baby lad.
When I had Buddy, so if I was going anywhere, and wasn't very often I got to go anywhere, when I did, Buddy used to go in and sleep at Mammy's feet
Mm.
every single time. So it was grand. So then after Mammy died, I had nowhere to put him, nowhere to bring him. And we were going to Willie Clancy actually in 2021. We were going for a couple of days, and somebody told me about this girl, Pet Social Kildare. So I rang her, and I thought that it was in Kildare town. But anyway, it turned out she lived down the road from me, literally 2 minutes from the house. And so she took Buddy for overnights, and she was taking Buddy, and absolutely they're best friends. Her and Buddy, like, she doesn't own her house anymore either. Buddy owns her house. And that was grand. But then obviously after Daddy died, we kept Daddy's dog, Bella. So now we have 2 dogs. So it's twice as difficult to get somebody. And Neve would take the 2 of them, but she can't at the minute. She's a bit inconvenienced because her mum hasn't been well or whatever. So, and I wouldn't put that stress on her either. So I did go to try and find a place, right? And myself and Ben went down to look at this place, and I just wasn't happy. I didn't feel comfortable. Now, Ben got into the car and he said she seemed lovely, and I thought, not fucking hope that the dog's going in there. Now, she was lovely. She was a lovely, lovely person, but she had like 2 potbelly pigs, Siobhan, and they would literally eat dog bones and all. So I'm like, Buddy would be like a snack, so small. And I know she probably mind him and everything, but in my head, I'm like, no, I'm not comfortable.
But I think
So
you
then
get a
I got a
feeling,
number
do
of
you?
another
You
guy.
get a feeling.
Yeah, I just wasn't. So then I got a number of another girl, and she's been taking them for the last few times we went away, and they're happy enough. They love going up. I mean, when they get out of the car, they run to her like I bet them round the place, and then when I come home, they run to me like I've gone around the place. But I don't know whether pet swaps is the thing to do. I think if you could find somebody that you trust to maybe go and stay with your dogs,
Yeah.
or kennels wouldn't be the option for me either. But if you could find somebody that could come, but there is a lot of people offering dog petting services now because there is more people. You see, dogs before were just dogs. Like,
Yeah, they're not
dogs were
like
just,
that anymore. Dogs are
they're not.
family now. Like, they're like the family.
Siobhan, I'm going to turn around my camera now to show you. Right? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hello, babies.
They're like babies.
There's Bud. Hi, Bud. Hi, Bella. So beautiful. Sorry for waking you up, babies. Look at them, 2 beautiful baby girl and baby boy. And I don't know. Look at the dirty eye I'm getting, Siobhan, because I walked them. Look.
Ah.
Hi, babies. Say hello, Bella. That's Daddy's dog. That's Bella. Hi, Bella. Well, let's see. Can I get her underbite? Look. Look at that for a face. And Bud, there's my
But you see,
beautiful
that's
lad.
what
Look.
it is, isn't it? Like, like, they are like babies now. So you don't, like, you wouldn't leave your baby with just anyone.
Well, oh, I don't know, Siobhan.
Well,
I might. Well, I'll zoom back out there, so I'm not sitting on top of
I
you.
might now.
It depends.
Their grandmother was
It
small.
depends on the baby. Yeah, it depends on the baby. Yeah, well, they're my babies. And my thing about it is, I wouldn't leave them with anybody either. So my sister Gordy has often said, sure, I don't mind, like, if you want to leave them here. Now, she has offered, but it's only half-hearted because she's also terrified in case that happened to them, like, you know.
Yeah.
But
you would be. Imagine though, God forbid anything had happened to when you'd be minding them as well. So what
and
do
you
you
see,
do
that's
then?
the thing. I wouldn't ask anyone to take on the responsibility. You just have a look around your area for a pet care service that offers homestays, not boarding, homestays. That's the
Mm.
only thing I can say, because looking for like pet sharing or petting, there is pages and that people come to your home, or pet swaps or whatever. I wouldn't like that either now. I would like to know someone is either coming into their home and they're safe, or they're going into a secure home with a
Yeah.
nice garden,
I
sitting
wonder
around.
even getting like even having a chat with your neighbours, because I think sometimes we don't have chats with our neighbours, and there might be somebody around you closer than you think that maybe would have loved to take it, or to be have a little bit of company, or you know what I mean. Is it in a position to take your dog?
Well, I got a message actually this evening just as that came in, and literally just as because we started recording, and this came in 10 minutes after, and it's a friend of mine, and she said just saying that I liked Little Paws Home Care. So she said, it's me. I decided I couldn't take the quietness in my house, because she had two dogs herself,
Yeah,
and one passed away, I think maybe last year or the year before, and then she lost the other one then not that long ago. So her heart is still broke, obviously, but she couldn't face, I'd say, getting another dog, because she'd have to face the heartache. So she's starting doing doggy daycare. So this is like ideal
yeah,
for me, for the likes of me, because she only takes small dogs, and she'll only take, like, say if she has my two, she's not going to take 20 dogs at
yeah,
the one time for overnights or whatever. So yeah, I think it's great. But like, it's literally so hard to find somebody to mind dogs. So I don't know. I don't have, like, you didn't even, I don't you even didn't say where you were located, but I'm sure if you look in your area, there is somewhere that does home care, and that's what it's called for dogs. It is actually called home care
home
for
care.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
home
it
care
is,
for
and
dogs.
like,
It's like,
because I know my friend, she she actually when she started off, let's say, they take them for an hour or two, and get them and get used to them and all that. Do you know what I mean? So like the people, the genuine people that will look after your
yeah,
dog or have interest in your dog wants to do their best for your dog, so they will take it. Do you know what I mean? Slowly, and work with you and work with your dog. They're not just going to say, "Should drop him off there, like, and go on your 2 weeks holidays." They're not. They're not them kind of people. So if you want someone that genuinely loves your pet, like the way you love your pet, obviously they don't 100%, but that's
yeah.
really, really good. You know what I mean? Suss it out, talk to people, because you'd be surprised. There's an awful lot of people that are really, really good out there.
There's an awful lot of people, but the thing is, Siobhan, like, there's a lot of people, but there's a lot of people that you can't ask. As I said, I couldn't just ask somebody who didn't do it full time
Yeah.
to mind them. That's my thing. So it's a kind of I suppose it's a catch-22, because I wouldn't put the responsibility onto somebody if it wasn't what they done for a living.
Yeah. And you know what? Go
It's
with
not
your
for me.
gut as well, because you know what? If you feel it's not, you know what I mean? If you feel it's not right, then, don't go with it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't. I ran out the door that night when we got into the car, and Ben said, "Eh, she seemed
Oh,
nice."
I can see you running back up the road and the two dogs behind you.
Yeah, I said, "You can go and stay with her if you like. She's not taking my two anyway." But I did would lose her life, Siobhan. I mean, they've often been in doggy daycare, and Neve takes them daytime. And she sent me a video. She always sends videos of the dog as well. She sent me a video. All the dogs are out the front, running around the grass, looking for treats or whatever. Them two are sitting in the couch looking out with them like, God, shit. We're going to get a treat anyway. We're just sitting here.
But you see the way she knows them as well.
Yeah, sure. Look at I'm telling you, she doesn't own her house anymore. They own her house,
Yeah.
Siobhan. She's only a
Yeah.
lodger down there
And
too.
that's what you want,
Yeah.
because it's no different than if you had kids. You don't want to be going off and feeling uncomfortable and wondering were they okay, or did you know what I mean? So it's exactly the same
Yeah.
way. But yeah, yeah, as you say, like, they're not
Yeah.
dogs anymore.
No, no, they're not. They're babies. They're my baby lad and baby girl, and they fall out. And Bella's so funny with the underbite, because she
Like
comes
you and
after like,
Ben.
yeah, what?
Like you and
Yeah,
Ben.
they're like me and Ben. They're basically like me and Ben in doggy form. They're the best little doggies. No, I was panicking there, Siobhan. I thought I had a meeting tonight, but it's actually tomorrow night, so I'm not wrong.
See.
Jesus almighty, meetings galore, flat out, flat out. Uh, but it's all good, as the fella said. It's all good in the hood. I'm actually doing a lovely wedding on Saturday in a place not too far from me called Cool Carrigan House and Gardens. And it is a gorgeous non-denominational church.
Oh.
And I've two there in June, yeah. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful little church. It's non-denominational. And the grounds on it are absolutely stunning for a really nice intimate
So,
ceremony.
like, who
It's
owns the
absolutely
church?
gorgeous.
Was it
What is
community
it?
based?
No, it's a family owned the church.
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's family. Yeah, it's there. It's years there. It's in the family years.
I never heard of
And
that.
yeah, Cool Carrigan, it's gorgeous. So I'm actually going to go over on Friday, meet the couple over there Friday, going to set up. And I'm going to take a couple of shots of videos and stuff, and I'm going to promote it a little bit because it's gorgeous. It's a really nice space for an intimate ceremony, for a small, if somebody wanted to have a
And
little
is it
legal
just
ceremony,
weddings?
legally married. Hey, no, they can do baby namings, they can do
Oh,
funeral service as well. You can do any service. And there's the thing, right? Here's the thing now, that we have to have a conversation about, not this week because we've enough grief and death going on this week, but funerals. There's the thing we need to talk about, Siobhan, because people think in Ireland that you can only have a funeral service in a church or in the crematorium, but you can have a funeral service anywhere. It doesn't have to be religious based. You obviously, if you're Catholic and you want a funeral in your church, yes. But if you don't want a church service by a priest and you want a personal funeral service, then I could literally do a funeral service out in the green there if you wanted.
oh,
Like,
okay.
well, I'm not going to do it out in the green, obviously. But if you say somebody died belonging to somebody and they were like, well, we don't want to go to the church. We really would like to have a little mass in the house here, have them wait at home and have the mass in the house. Yeah, that's okay. I can do that. You know?
So that you can actually have a funeral anywhere. And then what happens then after that? So do you just get shipped off and go to the graveyard after that, or do you get no? But would
Well,
the church would
shipped
have to
off,
be involved with
shipped
no, but
off
you know
now,
what I
Siobhan,
mean.
is not the
The
most
church would have
sensitive words I would choose. The church, if you want to get buried in the graveyard, because technically the graveyard is actually owned mostly by councils, but because it's consecrated ground, so you could actually discuss that with the priest and say, look, if they don't want, we'd like to have the service at home, but we'd like to have the burial in the graveyard. And he can do a service in the graveyard and bury you.
But would they stop you
Or
then?
you
Do you
can have,
think, or not?
no, but you ask him beforehand. You don't just rock up and dig a hole and like that's it. You pre-arrange this. So like everybody has wishes that they want. So you go and have a conversation. Some priests might agree, some priests might not. There's
I
also
never knew
graveyards
that.
up
Now I
around the
thought it
country.
had to be in. I actually thought it had to be in the crematorium, or it had to be in a church, one or the other. You know what I mean?
No.
I never knew that it
I
could be anywhere.
Well, it could be anywhere. So somebody, because I had this conversation with a lady, she said that she has her plot picked out in a graveyard, and it's not a Catholic graveyard. It's a non-denominational graveyard. So but she said, I don't know where I'll have my funeral service. I said, you can have it in the GA club. You can have it in the pub. You can have it in your sitting room. You can have your where it like, because it's led by an interfaith minister. So it's religious or not religious. It's whatever you want. It's whatever you like.
What? You
But
will
it's
see a few people rolling around the trolley once before we park it, like up the GAA club, that's where I
yeah.
this going, like I
It'll
wonder
be
where we
yeah.
parked this.
It'll be like Agnes Brown. You go to the wrong funeral. She go
Yeah,
to the
I
husband's funeral.
just
There's
fly
two going
by
on.
and let him see his last match, like.
But that's it. But you know what? It's all possible. But like that's how bad. We just think the first thing you do is you ring the priest or you ring the undertaker, and the
Yeah,
undertaker rings the priest. So you're in that circle again of having a church ceremony. You might want a church ceremony. Now I've nothing against the church. Don't get me wrong. I mean, both my parents were Catholic. We had church ceremonies, and I have no problem with the church of any
yeah.
description doing anything. I'm just saying people also need to know that
That
there's
there is
options
that
out
other
there as well.
option there.
There is options, yes,
Well,
absolutely.
well, there you go.
But
Now that's a
that's the
topic then we
weirdest.
definitely have to take up there and
That's
see.
the topic, yeah. Well, as you know, I've been looking at it for this week, Siobhan. I can't talk anymore. I'm going to sit and cry into my big cushion for the evening.
Oh,
Like,
shit, easy. There we go again. It
mother of
starts
God.
on one thing and we get carried away, and there it is. Lads, we're going to
Well,
leave it there at that. Look, we just natter on. We forget to stop. What can I say?
yeah,
Keep sending in the
but you look
emails.
at. Yes, keep sending the emails and get us in touch, or get us in touch. Now I'm talking pollution. But look at if you are at the end of the day, lads, if you are going through a tough time, if you are going through grief, going through ill health, going through challenges, do you know what? Conversation is key, and that's what it's about. Is confidence through conversation. Talking helps, putting it out there. Journaling is great, anything like that. But just look after yourself. Keep the head up and the heart follows. That's what I always say.
And you know
So
what?
there
In
we go.
fairness, that was a
Look,
great idea, even just to put it into your WhatsApp. Say it out loud, because sometimes when we say it out loud, it's halved, even if no one hears it.
it's
And
gone.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you know what? So it is actually a great thing to do as well. And always remember, even on the toughest days, there's always someone there somewhere. You know what I mean? There's
There's someone
always
there.
somebody.
Yeah.
There's always somebody,
Yeah.
and you're
And you
not
can also,
alone. You know
you're not
what?
alone. Well, there's all you could do like I do. This is what I do. This is so see at the top of my WhatsApp group. Here we go. Where's my WhatsApp? Here we go. Oh no, there's my
Yeah,
camera over there. So see up there?
yeah,
That's me. So I text myself. I send myself messages.
yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. So
There you go.
there's a tool for everything, Siobhan. There's
There is, and you know
a
what?
tool
It's
for every job.
I know what she says, that she's actually giving me my little dig as well, like about not doing things. Anyway, there's a tool for everything. There
No, I
definitely is a
didn't give
tool
you a
for
dig.
everything.
Wait now. Let's be clear here now. Let's be very clear. I don't do digs. I will tell you straight out. Get your
Actually, do you
absolute.
know what? Do you know what? If she actually hit me, it'd be less painful, in fairness.
Yeah. I don't do digs. Lads, if I have something to tell you, you're in for it. And Siobhan, before we start tonight, we come on. Right, Siobhan,
Yeah,
this is what you have to do. Yeah.
I got
Oh,
the
there we go.
ball. Yeah, that I got that. Yeah. Anyway, look, we
Excellent.
survived it.
Anyway,
In fairness, we survived it, because you know what?
yeah.
If she was beside me, she'd probably have me knocked out. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, lads, have a great week, and we'll talk to you all next week. Do send in the emails at thisbiglife@yahoo.com. Send us in any of your message to our platforms, or slide us in on your little DMs. From
Oh, gee,
myself,
absolutely.
Siobhan, my fan, Covey Life, and my
And from
co-pilot.
me, yes, Nicola Moore, celebrant extraordinaire.
Yes, have a great week, lads. Enjoy. Take care. We'll talk to you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
We talk. Hey, you made it. Take a breath. This is your moment. Right here, right now. Mm. Without big dreams, small steps, real days, messy hearts, and finding our way. Welcome to this big life, where the little things change everything. Pull up a chair, press play. Let's groove. Let's live. Let's live. Yeah. This big life.